Konnichiwa!
Hello everyone, I am Loïc and I'm making seared scallops from Hokkaido as a starter with a beautiful salad full of Belgian ingredients. There's gonna be chicons, chicory, obviously the seared scallops from Hokkaido, and a good sauce. I'm starting with the poached scallops for the salad, and also for a homemade dashi, a wonderful broth that's gonna be the base of the sauce. So here's a little bit of hot water in which I put the frozen scallops directly from Hokkaido just to defrost them gently. I'm adding a little bit of kombu for the good dashi broth. Next up, I need some aromatics for my sauce. Here's a shallot, a little bit of ginger, and I also need a good old clove of garlic. Before continuing with the sauce, I take out 10 scallops that are just defrosted. The remaining scallops stay in the broth so they can poach slightly with the kombu. Okay, now it's time for the beer. I use Geuze. It's a sour Belgian beer. I add the aromatics and I let it reduce for 20 minutes. Now it's time for the salad. I'm dicing up an apple and also some chicons. That's chicory in English, the most beautiful Belgian vegetable. Anyway, I season it with sushi vinegar and then I give it a thorough mix. And then it's time for the main ingredient of this salad, the poached scallops. So I dice them up exactly the same way as the apple, and the sweet flesh of the scallops in combination with the slight acidity of the apple and the bitterness of the chicons is going to be wonderful. And I'm also going to add one of my favorite Japanese ingredients, and it's called ponzu, a delicious soy-based sauce with yuzu. And then it's time to make the sauce. I add the scallop dashi to the beer and I let it reduce once again. Next step, the chicons and green onions. I finally slice the chicons and green onions before frying them in a little bit of oil. I start with the chicons. I give them a little bit of color, caramelization. To that, I add some mirin, the Japanese cooking liquid, and then also a little bit of classic Japanese soy sauce. I let it reduce, I let it caramelize before tasting, and obviously, it's pretty oishi. Okay, back to the sauce. I add some cream to the reduced dashi and beer. I add the green onions to the chicons. Okay, this looks good. And then last thing, and the most important part of the starter, searing the scallops. I sear them briefly in a hot pan with oil. By the way, don't forget finely sliced green onions for the garnish. Freshly cracked pepper on the scallops, some drops of sushi vinegar and ponzu to finish up the sauce, and trust me, it's gonna be great. Time for plating. I start with the diced salad. On top goes the caramelized chicons with the green onions, obviously the pan-seared scallops from Hokkaido, and then for garnish, some finely sliced green onions. There's one more thing, and that's the sauce. Please enjoy this starter coming from Belgium and Japan.
Itadakimasu!
Enjoy your meal. Bon appétit! Smakelijk eten!
Oishi.